Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy Tuesday to you, Christine. Let's hear that mic check. We sounding loud and clear?
Yeah, let me know if this sounds good.
It sounds amazing.
Okay.
High fidelity. Sounds awesome. Can tell you have a good crew that's working with you there, that making things work.
Yes.
How was your weekend, Christine? Did you do anything amazing, fun?
It was good. Work, wedding, just a lot of that. What did you do this weekend?
Baseball, the little league variety, nothing major league variety.
Did
That's
you guys
okay. 2 games and split. Very heartbreaking one yesterday, but that's okay. How about a wedding? Did you actually leave town, or was this right there in town?
Oh, it was in town. The only thing, it was so cold out here, and it was an outside wedding, so that
Wait a
was
second.
rough.
What's cold to you? Whenever you say it's so cold out here, what does that mean?
Okay. It was like 50 something degrees. That's
Oh,
cool.
no, okay. That can, when you're used to it being a little hotter, that passes. I'm not going to make fun of you for that yet. I mean, I think you're good. Look, we just have extremes elsewhere in the country. You guys have good weather. You're not blessed with a lot of things in California, but good weather you definitely have. All right, well, let's get right down to it. This is episode 5 of Buy the Rumor. This is going to be our best episode yet. Christine's mic is working. We've got a lot of technical issues worked out. Lots of things on the back end that we're working out to working correctly. What we do on here is we'll talk about everything that is interesting in crypto, in pop culture, and in the financial world, and where all of these kind of intersect. You can see the topics that we'll talk about right here on the right of the screen. And then after that, Christine's going to break down a little AI for us. We'll talk some birthdays of who's having a birthday today on April Fools. Any April Fool's tricks you've played on anybody today?
No, I was Googling like the best tricks to play on people, including yourself, but I couldn't find anything.
You know, I'm going to tell you the one I was going to do on you. I was going to make these screenshots that somebody had made a Christine coin, and I was going to alter the screenshots to where it was like $1 billion market cap or something like that, all on your name.
Oh my God,
And
I'd die.
Right, exactly. I knew you would. And that they didn't give anything to you or anything, like they didn't send 10% of the supply to you or anything. And yeah, that was going to be my trick, but I decided it was more, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. It wasn't going to be worth it for all the setup I was going to have to
Well,
do.
happy April Fools. And then if you guys do have any wonderful jokes you guys are going to play on anyone, let us know in that chat. Make sure to use that.
Yeah, please. Do you have that pulled up right now, Christine, where you can chat back if somebody says something?
I am pulling it up right now.
Yeah, bring it up. Right now, it's only me saying "sup, everybody," but I would like a better conversation than that. All right, with that, let's get this party started. Let me bring this up, and we will start. Starting off with the Disney bomb. The Snow White movie has bombed, the real-life adaptation of the 1937 classic Snow White. First of all, Christine, did you realize that the original Snow White came out in 1937? It's a long time ago.
It is very long ago. The only reason I know is because our older daughter was letting us know about what happened when it came out and the controversy around it.
Okay, so what? Okay, your daughter will be interesting to know. She is what is she? Gen Z, Alpha, something like that. She's Gen Young.
I don't know. She's 22.
Yeah.
What is that?
I think that is Gen Z.
Okay.
I believe that is Gen Z. So what does Gen Z think of Snow White? And is she representative of what the rest of her generation thinks of Snow White?
So she said that it bombed, and
Yes.
that she knew it would because the girl that played Snow White was very controversial and seemingly
Yes.
hard to deal with. And then I think she had said, I never even saw the whole thing, the whole original, because it was so boring I fell asleep. And she's like,
Yes.
how are you going to play this part? And that's how you're going to go about it in interviews. So I think it started there. And then I think she was part of the wanting to change the whole story. And it's
She
such a
was.
classic story, like some things you don't change. You can make new classic stories if it bothers you.
Well, and I think that was the problem. She was interviewed and she said something along the lines of, well, it's very dated. It was made in, so long ago and very obviously so. And then she would say, let me just tell you, the prince isn't going to be saving Snow White this time. You know what I'm saying? Because INDEP. No, anyway, she was saying she was independent. Do you know that song? Is that
yes,
completely? Anyway.
I know.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not just making pop culture references that aren't landing here. She said she was Mrs. Independent Woman. She didn't need no man. And Snow White, she's gonna go out and get a job. And so anyway, people couldn't stand that. She said it was weird. She said it's weird that the way it was back in 1937, that the prince actually stalked Snow White. And she also said, just like you said, that whenever she did see it, not that she was bored, that she was scared. She was scared of it and didn't watch it again until finally she got this part. So not only that, the little people community, the people that would have played the Seven Dwarves, were mad because I believe those are CGI made. And
Right.
they felt like 7 jobs were taken from Hollywood there. And anyway, nobody cares to see this. And do you think something like this, the lower third here says impacts Disney stock? How long can Disney make these type of movies and not have it affect the stock?
It's always going to affect the stock, I think. And then I think they're seeing it now, like how bad it can be, right? And they spent some money like trying to revamp the movie before it came out, but it didn't work.
Yeah, didn't work. Yeah, they did. They spent some money trying to help it out with editing and things like that, and it did not work. All right, Tesla tracking. It says police used the Wi-Fi of a Tesla, which Teslas do have Wi-Fi, to track an arsonist who shot and threw Molotov cocktails at several Teslas in Las Vegas. Now, I have not ran into any... do you have any Tesla dealerships around you or anything that have been completely burned to the ground or anything like that? Is that happening where you are?
That's happening out here, but not necessarily in our city, more like in the bigger LA cities.
Sure.
I am so sad for like everyone that owns Teslas and the Tesla dealerships, like all the employees that have to go through this. I can't believe just as humans, this is what we're doing.
It is so crazy. And I think I said this last week, is I don't understand. Whenever the right gets upset about something, okay, whenever the right gets upset about something, they stop buying Bud Light. They stop going to Target. When the left gets upset about something, they burn a dealership down and maybe burn a Tesla. Maybe that Tesla's a Democrat. They don't know that, and they're going and burning them down. Used to, Democrats would be like, "Hey, let's save the environment. Electric vehicles are the way." But now we burn those down because the CEO of that company, we don't agree with their politics.
Right.
Is this loony?
It's so loony. And I saw a video where a 61-year-old lady was driving her Tesla and then a car pulls up in front of her to kind of block her from driving. And then they start banging on her window. She rolls down her window like a dummy and then they start punching her in the face.
What?
And they were like, yeah. And then I guess they said like Nazi supporter and this and that. It's so wild. And then I did see that someone put up a website, like if you are going to sell your Tesla, like put it in there so they know that you're not a supporter and you're going to be selling your Tesla soon. Something so random. I just think, what the heck?
Like this person throwing the Molotov cocktail is like, let me first check through the database to see if they're one of the good guys so I don't burn down their car. That's not going to happen. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. Even more, as this story says, arsonist was tracked through Tesla's Wi-Fi. Teslas have cameras all around them. Okay, so if you go up and key a car or do something like that, you're going to be seen, and they actually use the Wi-Fi here to be able to track them down. And I'm assuming this person's arrested now. I could read further into the article. But yeah, Molotov cocktail. That's I've kind of always here's a secret confession. I've kind of always wanted to throw one of those just to see the explosion. I don't know. Right?
Me
Isn't that
too,
where
actually. Me too. Now that you're saying it, I pictured myself wanting to throw one.
I could see somebody AI that of Christine throwing a Molotov cocktail. That's where you get the bottle and like the gas in it, right, with the fabric at the top, and then you throw it, and it just goes like, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody make that happen. I'll do it afterwards, but somebody can beat me to it.
One of you guys, the 86 people watching us live right now, or 90. Tell us in the chat if you have thrown a Molotov.
A Molotov cocktail, yes. And was it worth it? Because, not throwing it at a Tesla, but just throwing it just in a blank.
A desert.
thank you. A desert. It just seems fun. It's kind of like fireworks or something like that. All right, home equity says home equity loans have become a significant source of funding for homeowners across the U.S., but repayment costs of a $100,000 loan may be surprising. So I know, actually, I'm going to ask you, Christine, because you're out there in California where things can be pretty expensive, and then your house values are super duper high. Do you know many people that have gotten home equity loans? They're drawing down from the value they own of their house and then using that to live on, basically. Is that a thing?
That was actually a topic of conversation that we had not too long ago, that I did know many of my clients and friends that have taken multiple equity loans out of their homes. I know somebody close to me right now, I think they're going through their home equity loan and trying to pay loans off and then living
Right.
off of the rest. And it's wild.
Well, right. And it seems, to me, it seems like a bad idea because I don't know what the interest rate or anything like that. It says the repayment, here on my notes, it says the repayment cost of a $100,000 loan may be surprising. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're down to where you need the money to be able to, live, to continue, your lifestyle, then I guess I can see it in some level. But man, getting a home equity loan just to pay it back later so that you can, buy something, buy Bitcoin. Maybe that's not a bad idea. I don't know.
Maybe they're onto something that we don't know. It's like a new way of living. Like you just always take a home equity loan and then live off that. I don't know.
Well, isn't that what the rich do, right? They
Yeah, the buy, borrow, die.
Yes, exactly. They bought their house. Now it's time to borrow off of it, which I'm sure there's some tax benefits of it. And then they will die, which we all will do.
You don't know. We have
I
AI
don't.
now. We could just live longer.
Are you familiar with this Brian Johnson guy? If not, you should follow him on Twitter. He has a Netflix special called Don't Die, and he thinks he's not going to die.
Oh my gosh, no.
He's got he takes crazy supplements, and he measures the he, he measures the firmness of his erections at night.
Ew! Holy crap. That's a good turn.
I know, that's why I started laughing. He uses that as a like a biomarker of how healthy he is.
What the heck?
Yeah, so check out Brian Johnson.
I
and
don't want
die.
to check out Mr.
Well, I don't know that it shows the actual measuring. I'm assuming he has AI for that.
Oh my lord.
I don't know. All right. The CCP Takeover. So Small Town America tops the CCP Takeover. A U.S. electric vehicle battery manufacturer with ties to the Chinese Communist Party has suspended its application to build a plant near the Michigan National Guard base due to opposition. So put yourself in this world, Christine. You live in a small town. You're near Michigan, where you're near Detroit, probably, where lots of cars are built, maybe even electric cars, and you have a new battery manufacturer that's going to be coming in. But then you learn that battery manufacturer is owned by the Chinese Communist Party, and they're right near the Michigan National Guard, which seems really convenient if they wanted to do any kind of harm. What do you think if you live in that little town? What are you doing?
I'm spying.
So you're Uno reverse carding on them, and now you're going to
Uno
spy
reverse. Yeah.
on. You're going to spy on them. No, I don't think that's what you would do because I don't know that you would know what they're saying. We've got a language barrier here.
No, I would use AI glasses to live translate. Hello. Come on.
You can do that,
Get
right?
with the program.
Can you do that with Meta's glasses now? I think you can.
Yeah, they have live translating options, and there's like no wait. You have the newest one, don't you?
I do, and I just haven't messed with that feature yet because I don't live next to a Chinese Communist Party battery manufacturer, so I haven't need to spy on anybody.
Oh, well, just in case you do, you have the right tools.
I have those, and I have used those before. They're really cool glasses. I mainly do it for like pictures or something like that whenever I'm taking and I just want to easily take pictures without pulling out my phone. That makes it easy. But yeah, small town America. Tell me this. Do you think it's a problem if the Chinese Communist Party is buying up land within the U.S. at a big amount? Is this a problem?
In my personal opinion, I think it is just because we do see it often out here, especially in California, and people like residents or citizens here already have a problem, um, trying to buy land or property, and then they're going up against, people from China that have huge amounts of investment money and they're buying huge amounts of property. And I think, in my personal opinion, I just think that, citizens here should come first and we shouldn't try to battle it out with people that have large investment money from China.
Yeah, we got to be careful too, because also BlackRock, U.S. BlackRock, sometimes they can buy up all the real estate as well. All right, next on here is Solana rivals. Okay, it says Solana competitors are showing bullish patterns. Popular Solana rivals like BNB, DOT, and Tron have formed bullish patterns amidst an overall plunge in altcoins in the first quarter. I find this story weird, Christine, because it's got BNB and DOT and Tron, which to me all were big players in the last bull run. And now that meme coins are having an issue, okay, where they're kind of having maybe a bear market, now I'm supposed to believe that their rivals to Solana are now forming bullish patterns. To me, the meme coin market, yes, there always does seem to be a chain that's doing better than everybody else. But to think that it's possible that other chains are doing well and Solana is going down, in the meme coin world, I can see that happening, but that's just because people are trying to chase where the liquidity is, not because people are bearish on Solana all the time. I don't know. Am I wrong here? Do people just chase the liquidity, or does one chain get popular because of some sort of utility?
I think it's both. It could go both ways. I don't think that those are necessarily Solana rivals. But speaking
Yeah.
of Tron, this
Ooh.
sucks, right? This is like a common story. Like when I first got into crypto, Tron was one of the ones that I was like, oh, look at this. This is
Yeah.
cool. Let me buy a bunch of this because it was so cheap. Do I have access to it any longer? No, because I don't have I don't even remember what wallet. I was like trying to check
Oh
or
no.
where or how. And I think this is a common story with people getting into crypto. So you guys don't make the same mistake when you're getting into crypto, like a lot of us do, and you forget your keys and don't know which wallet you have. Please write that down and
Wait
put
a
it.
second. I don't have my record scratch soundboard. How much do you think is in this wallet?
I don't know, but I remember Tron was one of the ones that I looked into. I was like, this seems promising, buy it, look 10 years later, and didn't see how important it was to always have the keys and which wallet you have. Because I didn't see myself fast forward having multiple wallets and opening
Right.
a bunch of hot wallets, cold wallets, having so many passwords. Did not expect that. And then now I don't know how to access Tron. And I know I'm not the only one. So
No, you're not the one. I guarantee you there's 21 million Bitcoin, but there's a lot of Bitcoin that will never be seen ever again because it's lost, just like your Tron story. That's crazy. All right, maybe the topic I've most wanted to talk about because it's a little different for us. First of all, make sure you check out this picture in the upper right hand corner, Christine. It's a bunch of people eating chicken tenders with a pickle right in
what is
between there.
that?
Well, Popeyes pickle menu. Okay, Popeyes has introduced a new pickle menu intersecting two fan favorite flavors for an exceptional culinary experience. I don't know. You and I like to talk about crazy things that might move stock, and I don't know the parent company of Popeyes, so I can't say what the ticker is. But do y'all do have Popeyes in Cali, right?
Of course.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just kind of you don't have Whataburger. Yeah, it's just got to check. But anyway, pickles. Everybody loves their pickles on their spicy, crispy sandwich there from Popeyes, which I'm told I say that Popeyes. I'm told I say that weird. So if I do,
Popeye.
Popeye. No, I'm told to say like Popeyes, Pup. Anyway, who knows? But anyway, they are now doing fried pickles. Is fried pickles in your repertoire of things that you'll eat?
I've eaten fried pickles. I love fried pickles. I like pickle anything, but they have that at, the fairs out here, even restaurants. So
Oh, well, now Popeyes. You can get fried pickles that. Yeah, I guess it is fair food. Up at the state fair that I go to, I don't think it'd be fried pickles. Might be other fried. I had some fried charcuterie board last time I went in, and it was absolutely delicious.
that sounds yummy.
It was absolutely delicious. I've had fried Twinkies, all kinds of things. Follow me for more health tips. Um, but yeah, Popeyes pickles, they're going to have where you can get from several different, I believe, varieties of deep fried pickles. Christine, if you are investing in the stock market and you're looking of what food company to invest in, is part of your due diligence new menu items? Is that a thing in the stock world?
I think that I always try to look for new menu items, but I don't think it affects the stock world at all. But I personally always look at new menu items, and I'm the person that wants to try like the new food thing.
Oh, 100%. Or, as a matter of fact, I text you about a lot of things that deal with crypto, but I think you'll know a handful of times I've texted you and said, hey, I'm going to this new restaurant. Have you ever had this before? And some of them, the reason I text you is because they like originate in California. And I say, hey, you ever heard of this one? You ever heard of this crazy hole in the wall called In-N-Out? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
California
The
pizza.
best burger in the world.
Look, it is very good. It is a very good burger. I won't deny that. Whataburger is a very good burger too. But In-N-Out has a very good burger.
You guys have In-N-Out there, huh?
Yes, it did. It came here probably 5, 6, 10 years ago, something like that. So it's is that new? It was new to us at the time, and yeah, everybody really likes In-N-Out. They're very efficient. It's kind of like Chick-fil-A. They always have a line wrapped around the building, and yeah, like I said, follow me for more health tips. I'll tell you exactly what to eat. All right, the Zelle app. You do use the Zelle app. I do believe fantasy football, I've known that you use the Zelle app. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. What about
Well,
Zelle? I use it often, actually.
you're not going to be able to say that soon. The Zelle app is shutting down. Alternatives are suggested.
No.
It's used by over 2,000 financial institutions for money transfers, and it's shutting down permanently, forever.
Okay, just skip through the heartbreaking news. Why and what's taking Zelle's place?
Well, there's something called cryptocurrency. Are you familiar with? No. Yeah,
What's
there's
that?
several. Yeah, what is that? It says let me just read from this article. This is from zdnet.com. It says the Zelle app is shutting down on Tuesday. That's
Wait,
today, Christine.
that's today.
It says if you use the Zelle app to pay for goods or services, simply transfer money to loved ones or friends, you need to know that it's disappearing for good, forever.
Is this true?
It's ZDNet. That's a very, I'm sorry. Do you get paid? Hey, do you get paid at the tattoo studio in Zelle sometimes?
Constantly.
No, you don't.
What
Not
the
anymore.
heck I'm looking at my bank app right now.
It says when Zelle first launched, we also created a Zelle branded app for consumers or banks or credit unions who had not joined the network. Blah, blah, blah. It says for domestic money transfers, try one of these apps. See if you've heard of these: Venmo, PayPal, Apple Wallet, Revolut, Cash App. And then it says for international, it starts getting into Western Union and things like that. So,
Hold on. I still
gone.
have Zelle.
well, give it some time. Give it some time. I don't know.
No.
Type into Google Zelle shutting down and see if you see anything. I didn't even think about this as I put this on here, that this like literally could affect
Is this an
livelihood.
April Fool's joke?
It is not. What a good one it would be.
Oh.
But I don't. Actually, this would be a really good April Fool's joke. Surely that's not the case, right?
Let
Surely.
me look this up. You're pissing me off.
Okay, please. Okay, here, I'm going to type it in myself. Zelle app shutting down. And let me see. I'm going to hit news. And it says Zelle is shutting down its app, but you probably don't need to worry. That's from TechCrunch. And it says, does it matter that the Zelle app is shutting down? Okay. There's probably more to the
You're
story
right.
here.
Starting April 1st. Starting, so no.
It says users sent in 2024 $1 trillion in payments, breaking the record of any other payment app. So why are they stopping? This seems like a cash cow for them. I'm sure they get some cut from that.
Oh yeah. $1 trillion is a lot. So
It is.
why? The why is according to Zelle and its parent company. The company doesn't need to maintain a separate app because its service is now available through most of the banks. Therefore, if the vast majority of consumers have access to online or mobile banking products that offer Zelle, it's redundant to keep a standalone app. So they're going to get rid of the standalone. You have to have a bank account to
So you can
use.
do it through your banking,
Correct.
but not through the app, which I'll bet your clients are using the app probably just out of convenience, right?
You know what? I believe Aha, Lake of Whales said April Fools. Yeah. Um, I thought that too. But I mean you did kind of play an April Fool's joke on us because I used the bank one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
burn. No.
You know what? Clients that need help with Zelle and they'll hand me over their phone, it looks like they're in their bank account, so.
Okay, so maybe you are safe. All right, well, AI is taking over everything, and Christine has a few thoughts on, is AI taking over the world? Let's do this thing. Let's do some Christine's Corner.
Christine's Corner, where the buzz is hot. Crypto trends or the latest pop plot. From gadgets that glow to stars in the sky. If it's on her mind, you know it's gonna fly.
I have a confession. That jingle, sometimes on Tuesdays, it like rolls in my head for like the rest of the day. So I don't know why. It's just really catchy to me. I don't. It's that '90s sitcom vibe.
It's really good. It also plays into my head, and I know that we could see each other while like the graphics go, and we're both dancing.
It's funny that you can see that because that's exactly what I'm doing. It's kind of a little hoppy thing. All right, Christine, is AI taking over the world? They may be, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it because you know I am an AI. I'm an AI lover.
You're an AI freak.
Yes.
Anyways, okay, so quickly, since we only have a little bit of time, I do believe like the hot topic of conversation is AI taking our jobs, right? And I do think that it's starting to look scary because as I was looking into it, so we could talk about this, a lot of it is going into the medical field. And
Yes.
you're into the medical field, and a lot of people feel like it can take over their jobs. Um, I've talked to therapists as well, and they feel like it's not so good of an idea because, you know, and of course they wouldn't think it's a good idea because that's their job. But I do feel for the AI people creating it, they're saying that there's shortage of therapists and the need for patients to be able to talk to their therapist right away when they're in emergency situations or even AI knows when your mental health is declining, and some like humans could
Hmm.
miss that, you know? And
Yeah.
a lot of, so how do you feel? Because you're in the medical field, do you feel like it could take therapist jobs or even like nurses, I guess, in the elderly healthcare? They said like a lot of they're looking for AI to take over in there too.
I have a very doom and gloom thought of
Uh-oh, let's
AI.
hear it. I
So,
love doom and
yeah,
gloom.
okay, well, yeah, get ready. I believe AI is taking over almost every job, and I am very concerned. I really am. I think absolutely in the medical field, there's a lot of in the medical field that's based on just knowledge, right? Knowledge of medicine, knowledge of the human body, knowledge of how the body works with medicine. All of that absolutely can be done by AI. 100% it can be done by AI. Maybe surgeries right now, but maybe not in the future, need to be done by human hands, but that may change as well. So in healthcare, 100%, I think at the least jobs could be lost. Am I saying it completely be taken over where you go to the hospital and it's like a kiosk and nobody's there? No, I'm not saying that. But might there be fewer staff than there's ever been before? 100%. Therapists, yes. Could that be done? Could I train an LLM to be able to answer in the way, in an empathetic way that might be able to really feel what you're feeling, or not feel what you're feeling, but to understand how you're feeling, yes, that absolutely can be done. Am I saying human, psychologists, psychiatrists jobs are going to go away? No, I'm not. But am I saying there may be less? 100%. So many jobs AI could take over. And I, for one, from an economy standpoint, since you and I talk a lot about financial things, I'm very concerned about this because as we lose more and more jobs to AI, and it's a rush, every company wants more, that next foothold to be better as an AI. I'm not worried about AI taking over the world like Terminator. I'm worried about AI taking over the world to where we don't need jobs, or not to say don't need jobs, to where we need jobs but can't get them anymore. And that's where the doom and gloom.
Yeah, and I do believe in this doom and gloom of what will humans have to do once AI kind of takes over a lot of aspects of the workforce. And I think as we welcome AI in, or you don't welcome AI in, it's still coming no matter what. It's coming into the security field, the medical field, which is a huge thing for humans, assistants, agents, everything. And it's coming from entry level up, and it's always evolving to the point where I don't even know if we could stop it now, and I do feel like that's when they usher in, well, humans don't have to do anything. Here's a basic universal income that you guys are going to get because you guys don't have to do anything. And it's easier to, I think, grasp that concept that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's easier to grasp that concept when you start seeing that AI is kind of taking over. And the more AI takes over, the less brain power we use as well. So you guys have to be careful of that. But I did hear the bell, and I want to make sure I give you guys some tickers for...
let's hear them. Let's hear them.
Okay, so if we're in the wild, wild west right now with like this transition into AI taking over the world, because I do believe that AI is taking over the world. So the ticker is GOOG, which is Alphabet, and you guys know Google is a huge part of AI.
I've heard of them.
Amazon obviously is one of the top competitors in AI. Amazon's huge. To me, it's like you can never get rid of Amazon. You have Nvidia. That ticker is NVDA. And then if I didn't say the Amazon ticker, it's AMZN. And then I think that's all I had for the ones that I picked. Do you have any that you think?
NVIDIA would be the biggest one, and anybody that's going to try to compete with them and make GPUs. For instance, I do a lot of AI just kind of on the side. I'll do a lot of things that I'll do on my home computer, and I want the latest NVIDIA GPU, and I can't get it. There's too much demand. I've got literally money waiting to spend, and I can't do it. So there's such a demand for NVIDIA's product right now. Little bitty voice of DeFi. No, it doesn't trickle down to me. It's all these giant data centers, or not data centers, but GPU centers that are making all this happen. Yes, it is doom and gloom.
But what you can get is their stock, and then just sit on it, right?
And then sit on it, and then I can afford the GPUs and move up in line. That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, as far as your universal basic income, I am so torn on that because I'm not a socialist. I don't believe that we should right. I don't believe in this like utopia where we all get universal basic income. However, I don't have an answer. I actually got in one of the Krasensteins. I got in a conversation with one of them, one of those brothers the other day, about UBI and the need for it. And he was basically like, well, if you don't agree with it, then what's your answer to this? And I don't have one. I hope economists do, but I don't. I do believe AI is taking over. I do believe it's taking jobs. And I do believe that we have to have an answer for that. I just want to know, is there an answer besides universal basic income? Because I, for one, don't care for that answer, but I also don't have a backup plan. So
yeah,
some smart person.
I'm with you as well. You and I feel like I don't know. I love working. It makes me feel alive, and I want to know that hard work equates to, more income. And I think if you take that away from me, because I'm kind of like an obsessive psychopath in like working, I'll die. So do you guys want me to die? No.
I do not want you to die. And the thing is, I really do believe this. If you won the lottery tomorrow, Christine, I think your makeup is you would still do something entrepreneurial with your lottery winnings, because I think you enjoy that side of yourself. I don't think you would want to put that self to bed.
Yeah, exactly. And I've thought of that. Like, hey, if I had, won the lottery, would I stop working? And I cannot. I would completely try to create even more like avenues of like to give people jobs. And then it gives me something to do. It's like a sense of purpose. And I know that our view isn't everyone else's view, but you will get rid of that, just the freedom of choosing, right? With the UBI. So
I assure you ours is not what everybody else thinks. Matter of fact, afterwards, do an experiment, tweet out about UBI and say an opinion on it. Say like, I don't think UBI is what we should go to. And you will see that
you'll get
not
hate.
everybody. Yes, you will. There's literally people that go out and search UBI and then get in arguments.
You
And
guys,
I've
tell
learned
us in the chat. There's 151 people in here. Tell us in the chat if you guys believe in universal basic income, because it's if you thought about it like 10 years ago, you'd be like, no, that's not possible, especially in this country. But now with AI coming and taking over, I think that we all could see that happening. I and Voice of DeFi would never want that. But let us know what you think.
I'm willing to hear the other side of it. I don't think you'll be able to convince me of it. But again, I would even more like to hear people that maybe agree with me that do have ideas of how we survive as an economy in a post-AI world. All right, thank you for that, Christine's Corner. By the way, Christine, you said, I heard the bell. That's only for the rundown that we do. I don't know why it played during your Christine's Corner. You got a full 10 minutes on this thing, so you're good. You're good, which we took up.
April Fools.
April Fools, that's right. Now, seriously, Zelle is shutting down. All right, let's do some birthdays.
Birthday.
It is, who has April 1st birthdays? That's a little different, right? To have an April 1st birthday. Let's see.
I know somebody that has an April Fool's birthday.
Like a celebrity, or you just like know somebody?
Personal, family.
Okay, I was about to say, do you want to shout them out? But no, you don't have to. You don't have to do that. Ewan McGregor. You familiar with Ewan McGregor's work? Name me a famous movie Ewan McGregor is in.
Oh, I forgot, but I do like him.
I'm so disappointed in you right now.
Oh, I can't think on this one.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is Ewan McGregor in episodes.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Christine doesn't remember you, but happy birthday, Ewan McGregor. He was in some other things. Train Spotting, I think, was another
I
thing
love Train Spotting.
Well, he is in there. I think he pulls himself out of a toilet or something at one point.
Yes, that's a great movie, guys.
Christopher Walken. You familiar with his work?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing he's ever done? Mine.
I love everything because he like dances and sings and everything.
Mine is I've got a fever and the only prescription is more cowbell. That's Christopher Walken. So that's his line that he did.
Do you remember his commercial went viral? What kind of commercial? It was an alcohol commercial, and then he just like finesses his way into the hotel lobby, and everyone's looking at him, and he's like dancing away.
I'll have to check that out. I do not remember that one. I think Christopher Walken is probably a lot different than our next person that is 77 today. By the way, Christopher Walken's 82. Turning 77 today is Al Gore. Okay, everything is monotonous and not very exciting.
Happy birthday, Al Gore.
Happy birthday, Al Gore. Isn't it weird that he talked robotic and his name is basically algorithm? Isn't that weird?
Oh, that's weird. Is it a coincidence? I think not.
There are no coincidences. Pavel Bure. Have you ever heard of Pavel Bure?
No. What the heck is a Pavel Bure?
Well, he is a former professional hockey player in the NHL. He was known as the Russian Rocket, and you might know his wife. I think they're still married, so pardon me if they're not. Her name is Candace Cameron Bure of Full House fame. You familiar with her?
No.
DJ Tanner of Full House?
DJ Tanner. See, you need to give me like the actual screen names of these people's roles because I don't know their real names.
Yes. DJ Tanner grew up. She didn't stay a kid in that house. The actress that played her, and she married a Russian superstar hockey player named Pavel Bure. So yeah,
Wow.
so you've got the rainbow eyes for that. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but
I feel like this looks more birthday-ish.
a little like new growth. that sort of thing. And I think that is the last one, although I thought I had more. Oh, I know. I believe it's Jake Paul. I have it on another screen somewhere. I believe Jake Paul. You do know all these other ones. You're like, who? But I say Jake Paul, and you're like, boom.
Yeah, I think we all
one.
know, right? Like, he's a household name for, like, this generation. We also share the same dentist.
Do you get like, do you get the tea spilled about him whenever you go to the dentist? Do they really tell you everything?
I don't ask, but we do share the same dentist.
That is interesting.
Shout out Dr.
stuff.
Gabe.
Shout out Dr. Gabe. Look at those whites. Somebody, if you are in the LA area, go check out Dr. Gabe. See?
Yes.
And also sponsor us, Dr. Gabe. We'll help you out. All right. With that, it's time for me to do something here. Actually, talk about something else real quick. I need to do something. Got to change the lower third.
We will talk about how on this screen that I'm looking at, it shows AI companion. And then I didn't want to press it because we're live right now, but I did press it because I have ADD. And it says request access for AI companion. What does that even do, voice? Like, I
think, and actually this might be useful for us for making like content afterwards. I think it summarizes our entire conversation into like a few paragraphs.
No way.
Yeah. You need to check that out. That might be interesting. All right. With that, let's head into voice lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Voice lessons, you'll hear it loud and clear. Stacking through the wisdom, the truth is here. Big thoughts, bold moves, cutting through the haze. When the voice speaks up, you'll be amazed. So listen up.
I was told this is way too loud whenever I'm speaking, so I'm going to turn it very, very low on here. All right, so stable coins. They might have me feeling a little unstable. You see the pun there I did? It's not a good one, but I still, yeah, thank you. Thanks, Christine. Yeah, we should do it like an 80s newscast where I throw it over to voice. Thank you, Christine. Oh, do you see when you were drinking? Drink that coffee again and look at your hat.
I know. I just saw that. Look.
It's like twerking. It's like twerking.
It's like, do we put it on the cup or do we leave it on her head?
Yes. All right, stable coins. These would replace Zelle if for some reason Zelle ever went away. You could use stable coins. What are they, first of all? By the way, I decided I was going to do this, and then Zeneca, as in NFT world, Zeneca, former professional poker player, wrote this amazing deep dive on stablecoins. So if you don't follow his newsletter, I suggest you do. I think he's starting it out, and this first one is free on it. And a lot of the information that I looked up for this segment, he actually included in here and more. So make sure you guys check that out. But first of all, what is a stablecoin? So we know that Bitcoin, it goes up, it goes down. Here lately, we feel like it goes down more than it goes up. We're stuck around, 84,000 or so. I don't know what it is at this moment. But a stable coin, it's stable. It is backed by something called U.S. Treasuries, which I'll talk about here in a moment, and it stays around $1. Might go up to $1.02, might go to 98 cents, but pretty much it stays at $1. And people really like this because they feel like, especially if the market is about to bottom out, if you're at the top of the bull run, you can switch over to stable coins, stay there, let the market go down, and buy back again whenever you think it's at the bottom. However, here's the thing. It's U.S. dollar-backed stable coins, right? Have you ever, and maybe you have, Christine, have you ever heard of a stable coin that's pegged to a different currency than the U.S. dollar? Like the peso or something.
I know that there is some, right? But I can't think of any.
There may be. If they are, they certainly don't have a lot of traction. But people really like stable coins because let's say you and I had a friend in Australia, right? And they said, oh, I've got Zelle. And we said, oh, I can't use Zelle because I have to, their app is gone. I could use a stable coin to be able to send them. Western Union, if I were to use that, they take their fair share of that. And also, there's a little bit more red tape through that. Literally, if we've both got a wallet, I can send you Tether, and it gets really easy. But it's gotten even bigger than that here recently. We've seen major companies that say they're going to come out with their own stable coin. So it's not just going to be Tether. Did you know, Christine, that PayPal has launched already its own stablecoin called PYUSD? Have you seen that? I don't have any of it.
I don't have any of it, but I did see PayPal saying that they had one coming
Yeah,
out, or
they
that
they
was
do.
out. Yeah.
So if you have money in PayPal, I guess I just don't understand it. I have money in PayPal, right? But why would I switch it to the stable? I just don't understand why I would, because they're basically like a bank.
The reason you would is because the dollar can be extinct soon.
Well, but this is pegged to the dollar. Well, let's talk about that here in just a second. You're getting ahead of me. Stripe, which if you ever have like a website that you do some e-commerce on, Stripe can take credit cards. They just recently acquired Bridge for 1.1 billion, and they said they want to move into the stablecoin market. So Stripe is going to do that. This is interesting. The state of Wyoming, a state, is going to release Wyoming coin, but it's going to be a stable coin pegged to the US dollar. Is that not kind of blow your mind? It seems weird to me.
It is weird, especially when everything's pegged to the dollar. Why not just use the transactions with the dollar? Like, and it's not making sense to us right now, but then they'll go ahead and bomb us with something like, don't worry, just use this because, whatever.
Oh, I'm sure the state of Wyoming will have people pay their taxes with it or something like that.
No, we don't pay taxes anymore soon.
Well, it's state taxes. Well, state taxes for you other states. In my state, we don't pay state taxes. So
whatever.
Never have.
Whatever.
All right. By the way, this list does come from Zeneca's these other stable coins that have been released. This is from Zeneca's newsletter, so very good information. World Liberty Financial, which is Trump's family's crypto project, they're planning to launch a stable coin called the USD1. So we literally have Trump's family crypto project releasing a stable coin. And then Bank of America said they will launch their own stable coin once U.S. lawmakers make it legal to do, which this administration is making almost everything legal. We don't seem to have the barriers that we did with the previous administration. Christine, why are all these companies making what's their angle? Why do they want stable coins as part of their financial offerings?
So what I'm thinking, because it doesn't make sense right now, right? But the only thing I can think of is every business or institution that we are going to transact with going to have a stable coin, and we have to use theirs? And I don't know why we would, but I don't know. That's the only thing, is that our future? Every business that we transact with or financial institution, they have their own stable coin and we have to use that?
Oh, I don't like that, because right now I can go to Chase, Bank of America, wherever, Wells Fargo, and I just use the dollar, right? I just use the dollar. There's no I need to convert to your stable coin before I start transacting. This sounds like maybe that we're going to get into, we always wanted blockchain tech to be a part of the centralized financial system, but it also sounds like they're going to make it overly complicated like the current system already is. So none of the advantages of decentralization with all the disadvantages of centralization.
Is that how they introduce it to us? And then they're going to be like, you know what? No. This is not working. Let's just, Bitcoin's the new gold, and then whatever you want to pick. Ethereum is the new transactional once they get rid of the gas fees. Or Doge, something like that. Is that the way they're introducing it to us? Is it's complicated before it gets simplified, and then we accept it because we're like, yeah, we don't want all the stable coins of every business.
Yeah, I get it, and it does sound complicated. Let me throw out a risk, though, with all this. All of these things have to be backed by something, okay? And, I like the U.S. dollar supposedly backed by some, I know it's not backed by gold, but supposedly we have gold in Fort Knox, which Elon's going to figure that out for us. But right now, a lot of them use U.S. treasuries, okay? Tether backs a lot of their currency in U.S. treasuries. And if you don't know what U.S. treasuries are, it's basically like an IOU from the U.S. government, okay? And I've always wondered, well, what if the U.S. government doesn't pay it back to you? And I actually had a conversation with ChatGPT. You ever do that, Christine? Whenever you have a question, you just go to ChatGPT and just have a conversation with it?
Yes. And I'm seeing it more and more actually, within friends and clients. They're actually constantly using it. So I do it all the time. Matter of fact, there's even a voice mode where I will literally have a conversation
with ChatGPT. But anyway, I asked about U.S. Treasuries, and I said, what's the chance? I even used the term rug here. I said, what's the chance that these stable coins could get rugged from U.S. Treasuries? In other words, the U.S. government couldn't pay back the loan to Tether that has bought these U.S. Treasuries. And it basically said almost nothing, almost no risk, because the U.S. government, whenever they want to, they can just print more money. They'll do that to pay it back. But now we're getting into, if they do that and we get in a hyperinflation area, we use stable coins because it's stable, because it stays near $1. But what if the dollar isn't worth as much anymore, right? Used to, you could buy a burger for X amount of dollars in California, and now you can buy it for 3X amount of dollars than you could just, probably 10 years ago, right?
Right.
What if the dollar is worth less and you're getting paid back from this U.S. Treasury notes, but the dollar is hyperinflated? I don't know. There is a risk here. I'm no economist. I don't understand all of this, but I'm just saying there is a risk with stable coins. And if it happens, it's going to be FTX level of a crash in the crypto world.
No, I agree. And then speaking of, finding out if like Fort Knox and Elon going over there, they're thinking about live streaming it when they go over there.
Please. I think that would be tough because I've heard it would take like 18 months to be able to do it, but I'm all about it. What would the ratings be like for that whenever they opened it up and people get to see inside Fort Knox? That would be huge.
My gosh, it would be insane. And they could have a 24/7 live stream, and really it's just people in and out just watching it every single day till they're done auditing.
They should pay you and I to just sit there and just comment on everything that we see. Oh, that's a gold bar. Does that look like a real gold bar, Christine? And then
and we're
no.
That one is, that one's not.
That one's clearly a brick painted with gold spray paint. Right. No, I like that. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on stable coins. I think stable coins are great. I've used them. I believe you and I, Christine, have used them in fantasy football before. Okay. That's a very good use case of stable coins.
Yes.
However, I do think that there are some issues, and I wonder, always whenever you see greed going within the industry, that's when there's a problem. And I'm starting to see greed whenever I'm starting to see states, looking at you, Wyoming, PayPal, or, I'd call that banks, Bank of America, all wanting to get their own stable coin. There's some angle here that they're going to make a lot of money, and there's some greed associated with that. Anytime you have a lot of greed, you have a chance of something going amok. So that's my biggest concern there. All right. We are getting just about to the end of this thing. We've done voice lessons, we've done Christine's Corner, and we've done the rundown. Christine, do you, I want to talk about something just real quick, and I haven't prepared you for this, so I'm sorry. I still do crypto, but not as deeply as I once did. I'm not buying meme coins at the clip that I once did. You used to do OTC quite a bit. When's the last time you've bought an OTC stock? I mean, are we talking 6 months, 12 months? I know it's probably been some time.
It's been some time. I would say maybe over a year. But it's funny that you brought that up, because an old friend that of mine that we used to do a podcast with about OTCs, he said that the OTC market is heating up, and that he has a lot of news coming in, and he's going to start hosting spaces again, and that to keep an eye out for the OTC companies. And just like everything else, everything's a cycle. And he believes that it's warming up, and a lot of these OTC companies are coming through. If I was to dabble again, I think I would just look for OTC companies that are, looking into AI, just because we're in the wild, wild west with that. And I think there's huge gains to be made if that's their focus.
Yeah, I would be interested in looking into OTC if it was heating up. However, your friend, I do know who you're talking about. Maybe it's time for the first Buy the Rumor interview. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go. Yeah. Okay. So you do know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. So he does, and he was really good at it, and he did very well during that bull run with the OTC. And insider trading news.
Don't call it that. Gosh.
I'm just kidding.
He has his ear to the ground, and he knows.
Oh my God.
Just to be clear, I've never traded OTC stock ever before in my life, and I know nothing. I don't even know how I got in this room.
You would love it though, Voice, because you loved, trading.
I like
meme coins.
volatility.
Yeah, and holy crap. I think
Yeah.
the most I've ever made has to be through OTC and obviously crypto as well, but I think OTC takes the cake on how much I've topped off.
What your biggest win is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I'd be interested. I would be interested in interviewing somebody anyway on here because at some point I would like you and I to interview people on the regular, but he'd be engaging to kind of work out some, as you and I know, we have technical kinks whenever we try to figure something out. And we might be able to work that out with him. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that'll be awesome.
That would be awesome. I'll tell you a word that we've said too many times today, kinks and pegged. Okay. We said both of those words way too many times today. And I'm done saying them until next time. All right. What's up?
Lake of Wales said, I never knew it was Wyoming. I always thought it was Wyoming. Because she's in Canada.
Okay.
Wyoming.
So gonna move to Wyoming.
Or
Well, no, it's
Wyoming.
Wyoming. That's what she thought. She thought it was Wyoming. Yeah, that's why she
my
puts E.
God.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Okay. Name me, what's your favorite province from Canada?
Me? None, because I'm banned from that.
Oh, you're banned from there. I'm trying to think of a province from Canada.
Victoria. Isn't it like Edinburgh?
British Columbia, Ontario. And see, I'm saying that right, Lake. I feel confident. Say some more, and I'll pronounce them, Lake. I feel confident. I'm saying Ontario right, but you may tell me. Edmonton. See, I thought that was a city.
Oh, I don't know. What the heck is a province, anyways?
It's like a state, but it's bigger.
Oh,
I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm sure to Lake we sound like an absolute idiot right now because I don't know. Wait a second. Isn't Canada a state? Okay.
Oh my God.
Alberta.
It's actually part of. Yes, you're right. It is a state. It's part of the
It's
United States of
51st
America.
state.
United States of America.
Oh, British Columbia. I said that. Alberta. Okay, let me see if I'm going to let you say that one, Christine. Say the last one she just put.
I don't even see what she put.
Can you see that? I'll go ahead and say it. It's Manitoba. I feel like I'm saying, I guess it could be Manitoba, but I'm pretty sure it's Manitoba.
I'm getting things late because I just saw her put Ontario.
Oh, okay. New Brunswick, Nova Scotia.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Is that pay? Like payway? Is that PEI? Like payway? Quebec. Okay, it's not Quebec. It's Quebec. I can do this one. Saskatchewan. That may be my favorite out of all the provinces because it's fun to say.
Saskatchewan.
I love their sauce too.
Szechuan.
I think those are different things. Saskatchewan, and what's the red Asian sauce that's really
Szechuan sauce, right?
Szechuan. Maybe I'm thinking of sriracha.
Manitoba.
Oh, PEI. It's not pay. Like payway. It's Prince Edward Island. This is good. We need to learn about this. And then Yukon, which I know GMC has a truck that's the Yukon. And then the Northwest Territories.
See,
I love Lake.
Yeah, and she's like teaching us stuff about, we need to be learning because AI is taking over. We're not using our brains enough anymore.
That's right. And I'm probably going to get a Jeopardy question that I didn't get right before. So, all right. And that's it. She just Newfoundland. And she said, so now we went over all of the territories there. All right. We're going to get out of here. I still don't have an outro for us. I've really got all these great ideas, but they take a lot of work to be able to do. I wanted Christine and I walking. I wanted like 70 shots of Christine and I walking away from fire. She suggested that we have some where it's like two people at a podcast and there's fire all around us, like the meme of the dog that says like this
everything's fine. Yeah, I love that one. I think we should have that where we look like we're in our podcast stuff and then everything's on fire.
And I've done some of those and some of them are good, some of them are not. I think here's the problem. I can make them really easy. They're never up to my standard. How
about a cartoon version?
Might be able to do that. Yeah, let me look into that. Might be able to make a cartoon version. Yeah, because always I would be like, Christine has tattoos on her sleeves. And next thing you know, Voice would have like a neck tattoo or something like that. And I was like, no. I don't. She does. And she's got blonde hair. And next thing you know, I would have blonde hair. And it would just, it never really understood what I was saying. So anyway, I like the cartoon idea.
Yeah, like have it reference that viral cartoon meme and be like, but us sitting at that table with podcast mics.
I like it. Because I want it to be video. I know I could do it with images, but I want it to be video. They could be.
How funny would that be? Like, I could picture it, and it's just us talking with our podcast mics and like our computers.
Flames all around.
Yeah, everything's burning. The town is burning, and we're just like, ha ha ha! April Fools. What do you mean Zelle is? What do you mean Zelle is gone?
It's gone. You're not gonna see it. I do want to hear maybe next week if you tattoo somebody and they pay with Zelle, that if it came from their bank or if it came from an app.
How do you know? Oh, okay. Like I would have to see it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you'll know because if it's the app, it's not going to work. They'll be like, why isn't this working? And then you'll be like, can't take the tattoo off. So you're going to have to figure out how to pay me.
I could take it off. I could cut it off.
Okay. Christine's tattoo removal service. It's different than the laser. It's more of a knife. All right, guys, that is it. Think we are done here. Appreciate everybody for coming here. Do share this out, by the way. Same link that you listen to it. You can share this out and people can listen on the replay. Technically, Christine, don't you feel like this is probably our best show as far as everybody's been able to hear us? I don't think we've had any technical issues at all.
Yeah, I think that episode 5, which we are doing right now, is the best so far. I do feel like my brain is foggy still, like being on live. Like I feel like I used to be like pretty fast at like when you ask me questions and stuff, and now I'm like, what? But I think it's because I use AI all the time.
It's got you into a goldfish brain. Yeah. That'll happen. All right, we are done here. Christine is going to talk with AI because she likes talking with AI, as do I. And she's going to ask it how she can not have a goldfish brain. It's okay. I've got one of those too. I got the ADHD. I've came down with the ADHD myself. So that is it. We will see you guys next Tuesday when we do episode 6. Peace.